guys, and welcome back to the Crystalina Perspective. If you're interested in watching today's video, stay tuned. Okay guys, so I am back with another nursing video, and in today's video we are gonna discuss week two of my OB Pediatrics course. So I have some notes here that I basically wrote down so I could stay on track, okay? So let's talk about it. Week two, guys. So week one, we talked about it last week. We chit-chatted or whatever. So week one, week two, y'all. Let me just be real. This past week has been so entirely stressful. Like, O to the MG, to the MG, to the MG. I know all that was dramatic. So yes, so I am in an online LPN to BSN program. I'm gonna flash my school's website right here if you want to check out my school. If you guys have any questions regarding my school, drop those below, and I will be doing a Q&A on my school because I have a lot of people via Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube that have questions regarding my school. So I will be doing a Q&A within like the next week or so, discussing my school, preceptorship, all of that. So yeah, let's just say, y'all, this week has been intense. Now note, I do continue to work full-time. I also work PRN. So yeah, life has been turned up. So this week in our OB Pediatrics course, we talked about antepartum. So if you have taken a traditional OB course or anything like that, you know antepartum is like a chunk of OB information. Antepartum basically is pre-pregnancy / intrapartum, during the pregnancy and during labor and all that. So if you know anything about labor and delivery, antepartum is basically preconception, conception, leading up to the actual delivery of the fetus. Now, with this course, for this particular content portion of the course with the antepartum assessment, care, and education, I literally had to read because there were no lectures for this particular content portion for the week. So I had to read quite a few pages to gather information on what I needed to know. Basically with antepartum, you know, you want to make sure that you look at the OB history of the patient. You learn about various things that you do for the first prenatal visit, the different subsequent OB prenatal visits. You also learn about various tests that you do, such as a biophysical profile, amniocentesis. I can't even talk. I'm trying to think of a non-stress test. You learn about all those different types of things. You also learn about different discomforts during this time. Well, not during this time, but different discomforts that occur during the pregnancy. So that was an assignment. So for this week, we only had 2 assignments. We had to do a prenatal education video, and then we had to do a mini exam too. So the prenatal education video, we had to pick one of the several discomforts. So nausea, vomiting, constipation, varicose veins, backache, whatever. I chose constipation, and basically we had to go on Flipgrid and basically do a 3 to 5 minute prenatal education video. We had to basically talk about what our discomfort was. We had to talk about, and we had to use a scholarly source on this particular topic. We also had to make sure that in addition to talking about it, that we also gave 5 different ways on how to alleviate that discomfort. So that was something that we did this week. I did make a 100 on that particular assignment, so I was really excited about that. And then the next content area that we studied was assessing the fetus. So this is not the same as assessing the newborn. Newborn assessment is after the fetus is delivered during labor. Assessing the fetus is basically using different maneuvers, ultrasound technology, some of the other tests I said previously, like amniocentesis, non-stress tests, those type of things to basically assess the fetus. You learn about the presentation, the different heights of the fundus on like where the fetus should be. You basically learn how to assess for the heartbeat and those type of things. And we were also cautioned that some of these tests require like ultrasound technology, so the nurse wouldn't particularly perform these procedures, not unless she was certified in those areas. So that was really good to learn, like to learn the different things. You learn like most of these types of diagnostic tests are done to basically see if the fetus has some type of abnormality, like if they're gonna have some type of disease process and that type of thing. So yes, we also talked about the various forms of ultrasound that can be used to also basically assess the fetus. The next portion of this course was the complications of pregnancy. So just like anything with anything, females, ladies, women who are pregnant before pregnancy could come into pregnancy with a current illness, or they can develop an illness once they are pregnant. I couldn't talk. Yeah. Or they could develop a illness while they're pregnant. So basically you just learned about the different things on how it was to take care of the pregnant woman as they're dealing with these complicated illnesses. Then we learned some labor terms. So some things like gravida, we learned the GPTAL. And if you're in labor and delivery, you like eat, breathe, sleep that. So the G basically stands for the number of pregnancies. The P is the number of preterm pregnancies. GPT, the T is the number of term pregnancies, the A is the number of abortions, and the L is the number of living children. So you basically live that mantra. You eat, sleep, breathe it, because you pretty much use some form of a variation of it to basically discuss your patients while you're at work if you're an OB nurse. So yes, so we basically discussed that, which led us into the process of labor. Now guys, this was kind of like my favorite part. So side note, I learned this week that I am obsessed with OB. Now, if you had mentioned OB to me in LPN school and when I was in the ADN program this time last year, I would have been like, nah, I may need to go do critical care or even med-surg. But no, guys, like I am in love with OB. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Okay, 3 times is a charm. Let me just throw that out there. But last year when I was in OB, I went to clinicals for OB in like April, May, really late in the semester. So I fell in love with OB. I really fell in love with it. And that was because I got a chance to see the clinical aspect of it. So now that I'm in the class portion, I am truly understanding the material and I'm basically able to like ace it. So yes, back to what I was saying. The birth process. So basically you learned about the various stages of labor. You know that there's a stage of labor where basically the cervix is dilating. And we're going to back up. So we learned about true labor versus false labor. Now, true labor and false labor. False labor, you basically can go walk, contractions are going to stop. True labor, even with walking, contractions are going to become more intense. Also, you're going to have a bloody show, which is going to be like, okay, girl, it's go time. We finna have us a baby, okay? Okay. So, yes, we basically talked about that. We talked about the 4 P's, which if you're in L&D, you know what those are. And we also talked about the different stages of labor and leading up to that postpartum point and different things to be mindful of during the labor process, such as supine hypotension. So that was basically the content of the week. So we ended the week with exam 2. Exam 2 was another 20 question mini exam. And y'all, I missed 4 again. It's a tough life. I did not get an opportunity to practice NCLEX style questions the way I wanted to practice NCLEX style questions this week. I honestly ran out of time. I did not organize the way I normally organize, so I know what to do for next week. So yes, I made 80%. So I had an A at the beginning of the week with all my assignments. Now I have a B, but that's okay. I'm only 7 points from getting my A back, which is totally possible. So Operation 4.0 is still in effect. Okay, we gonna do it. We gonna do it, guys. So also this week we started clinical things. So honestly, last week we started clinical things. So as you guys know, I do have a clinical practicum portion of this OB Peds course. So this week we did some clinical things. So the first thing we did was we took our dosage calculations test. That was 14 questions and we had to make 100%. It's been a tough week. I missed it by 2 questions, and I know what 2 questions those are. So I have until Monday to retake that. So I'm going to study, practice all day tomorrow, and then tomorrow night, I'm going to retake it, and I'm going to get my 100%. Okay? Okay. So yes, we had our dosage calculations exam. So we have to pass with a 100% in order to move on to clinicals. And I'm scheduled to start clinicals next week. And then we had a clinical orientation. So y'all, Debbie Downer moment right here. Now, the downfall of this program is that you do not have established preceptors. You have to basically have you have to find your own preceptor. Your preceptor has to have a BSN and they have to have 2 years of experience in the area of specialty that you're going to be doing clinicals in. So I have a whopping 4 facilities that I will be going to in between January and April for clinicals. So one of those places is a hospital where I'll be going to the NICU. Another place is another hospital where I'll be going to the labor and delivery unit. And then the other one, which I went to Friday, now those 2 places, those 2 hospitals, the NICU and labor and delivery unit, I did their orientations online. This particular hospital for pediatrics that I had to drive 2 hours to, shout out to my classmate Candace, who allowed me to ride with her. She only lived 40 minutes away, and I drove to her house and we rode together. We had to do a clinical orientation at that particular hospital. And y'all, I got so many good vibes from this place. Like, I got an opportunity to meet the director of Women and Child Services. I also got an opportunity to meet the day shift supervisor. And I got an opportunity to meet my preceptor. So It was thebomb.com. They talked to us about new graduate positions. They also discussed with us different residency programs. So I was really, really excited about that. And I'm excited to do pediatrics at this hospital. Although this isn't like the biggest hospital for pediatrics in Arkansas, it's still a really good hospital and I'm really excited about it. And then the fourth place is the school district. I will be going to work with a school nurse starting next week and then 2 more times the next week. So yeah, that was basically my week. So wrapping this video up to show you guys the resources I used this week. So I have my dosage calculations notebook that I'm going to utilize all day. Well, the rest of today and all day tomorrow, which tomorrow is Sunday, it's Saturday today. So I'm going to utilize this to practice dosage calculations. My girl with her puff puff. And this is from Mo Melon, y'all. They got some cute stuff. I forgot about this book, y'all. I forgot I had this book. This is the Maternal and Newborn Success Q&A Review. And this book forces you to critically think. Now, what I do like about this book, and I'm going to kind of show you, I kind of have it marked because I actually did a few of these questions. Now, these questions, they're not as NCLEX-y as the Saunders. I don't even know if NCLEX-y is a word, but they're not like the Saunders book, but they're good questions to get your mind going and to make you think, and they have rationales. So basically, I'm going to back up. It's not even really a description of anything. Like antepartum, that's what it looks like. It gives you some definitions to look over really quick. And then bam, it go into questions. And it was like 106 questions on the antepartum part. And I believe if I had did all 106, I definitely would have aced my exam this week. But that's okay. That's okay. I got 2 more weeks in this class. So I'm going to get it. It's go time. So I use this resource. I also use Level Up RN. She has amazing resources. So I'm going to flash her right here. She has a website. She also has an Instagram and a Facebook that you can check out. I did use Picmonic this week. So Picmonic is a bomb.com app and you can use it online on your computer. Oh my God, it's the best thing ever. It basically gives you a story time of the disease processes, the drugs, whatever you're trying to learn, and it breaks those concepts down. And it has an attachment to this book, and it allows you to be able to understand content from this particular book. So I used this book this week, and y'all, so it's a game changer. I'm gonna have to use this book more often. So just to kind of show you guys really quick. So I was telling you guys, we talked about the height of the fundus. So it basically gives you really quick tidbits, and in red, it basically stop you and flag you and be like, hey, when assessing the fundal height, monitor the patient for supine hypertension, simply because the patient is lying on her back and it's easily for the blood circulation to cut off and it's easy for her blood pressure to drop. Bam, it tells you. And then it has charts in here that are phenomenal that just breaks down the info. And then what I love about this book is that it has your practice questions. It has your practice questions, but then the best part, like the best part, it has the rationale, and then it has the strategy. So if you're studying for NCLEX, this book is perfect. And if you're in school right now, I highly recommend this. I don't even see how I got through LPN school without it. But this is a really good, useful resource. It's really thick, so it literally covers every single area that you can think of. So, yeah. So yes, guys, this week's video was a little longer because I wanted to get all that out. So I definitely can tell that there's a difference in the level of knowledge in the programs that I have been in, because I literally have been in the LPN program, I've been in an ADN program, and now I'm in a BSN program. So I can tell the difference of the levels, but I am so thankful to be learning and growing. So yes, guys, I hope these videos are useful to you guys. This was week 2. We're about to bring on week 3. Week 3, we have 2 assignments to do, but a lot more content. So until our next video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, hit that red button. It's in one of these little corners. And subscribe to your girl, because y'all, I'm trying to get these videos out to you, okay? Subscribe, and until our next video, bye.